Phase Hero, February 18th, exactly 10 months to Doomsday Edition. Starts right now. Beatty here looking like a burnt pickle. I just got to acknowledge it right out of the gate. I look like you put a pickle of asparagus in the toaster, and this is what you get. Listen, I'm going back to the wrestling world tomorrow. This is my way of getting ready, okay? Jenna Anderson's here.
Hey, everybody. People are going to just hear this in audio form and think you're green because every vegetable you just named was green. So that doesn't help either.
I'm a green one. Mr. Asparagus Pickle. Speaking of green, Aaron Perrine is here wearing green.
What's going on, VD? This keeps happening to me, man.
We're out here. And to the audio listeners, Jamie Jurak is here.
Hello. Hi, Aaron. I love that hat. BD, the tan's crazy. We're really working on some major chaos levels today.
Listen. Has anybody else here ever spray tanned before?
No.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm from Jersey. I don't know. Jamie, you got Jersey, Jim Dillon, Matt Cardona tan job, says Will McLean. So Will gets it. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. Okay, well, I learned this because I am now a spray tan expert because I am a professional wrestler. Okay, you go get your spray tan and then you look absolutely fucking insane like I look right now. And I can put these on and I actually look like they belong on me. Wonder Brand is back.
That's pretty good, actually.
And then shortly thereafter, you shower it off and it goes to a normal looking tan color. And if you don't take it off, then you just look like this forever. And I'm not going to look. I can't do it. But I do have, can I tell you, I'm going back to OVW tomorrow for the first time in a long time. And I got new gear in. And it is 100% Wonder Man inspired. The M and main character is on the leg, but it's basically an upside down Wonder Man W. I worked with a really awesome designer named Cruel Canvas who did a great job. And I put it on my Instagram story, but I'm going to wear it in the ring tomorrow night. As long as I'm on the live show. If they put me on the Tuesday pre-tape, tune in Tuesday, but watch OVW either way. And watch Phase Hero tonight. How's everybody feeling?
So good. Everyone's being so nice to me in the comments. Did I miss something last week?
They missed you. Because also when it was down to just Aaron and I, everyone, your absence was definitely felt, especially when we were talking about Spider-Noir.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I was bummed to miss that.
Yeah, Jamie, I have to start the show with two important questions for you. The second is about Spider-Noir. The first is, have you finished Daredevil yet?
No. Listen, it was my birthday. I had to go to Vegas and see the Backstreet Boys. This was really important business to attend to. So I have not watched Daredevil yet. I'm so sorry.
That was crazy. That wasn't me. That wasn't even me pressing buttons. That was just the comment section. All right. Well, I think we should just start with Spider-Noir. The trailer's here. I would like to say one thing before we begin.
I've been waiting for this.
I said last week, listen, I stand on business. I'm 10 toes down. Last week, the week before, I said, I'm watching Spider-Noir in color. I was wrong. I was wrong.
I feel like I'm obligated to watch it in both. I think I will watch every episode in both forms as they release because I just think that it's what the people expect of me. Now, the question is how I'm going to watch it when I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
So the thing about it is that they're releasing all 8 episodes at once.
What?
This is a dump. This is a dump release.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Well,
taking a big old spider dump with all 8 episodes.
Don't call it that.
Wow, I'm really upset by this information. I'm learning it in real time. I don't know how I didn't know this, but I guess then on one day I'm watching it in black and white, and the next day I'm watching in color. But I will watch it in black and white first.
What if you make it intended. A 16-episode binge where you watch episode 1 in black and white, and then episode 1 in color, and then episode 2 in black and white, and then episode 2 in color, and so on and so forth until ye has watched 8 episodes?
This will have to be decided in the moment because this could disrupt the flow. If it was a weekly thing, that'd be fine. But this is a TBD for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to watch in black and white. And if I have time, I will then watch in color. But those trailers are fantastic in both versions. But I think the color It just seems like it was designed for black and white, which we know to be the case. And it turns out, I think that was a better experience visually watching this. The color looked cool, but it looked kind of blown out a little bit. Yes, Bean Dip, I'm tan. I'm saying it for the last time. I look like a freaking Bean Dip Supreme dash V5. I get it. I know. All right. I'm tan. We watch this show in black and white. You'll stop asking. No, it's yes, I tanned because we're going back to wrestling, and I look fucking insane right now. I just had to own it. I just had to accept it. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. All right, what do we want to talk about with Spider-Noir?
I just want to say on the black and white front, like as a old Hollywood film fan, and like I know Jamie can totally relate in this regard, like there is an art to black and white cinematography. Like it intentionally crafting an image so it looks good in black and white is like such a specific thing to do. And like I understood like you have to put it out in color in order to like get the people who don't normally watch things in black and white. But like there is a whole treasure trove on YouTube of like weird old movies recolored in color, and like they don't look good. Like you said, it feels like an afterthought. Is just kind of like diminishing the experience. And so I'm glad that we can have it in black and white. And even like looking at the YouTube views, the black and white one was like triple the amount of the color view. So like people are excited to watch it in black and white, and like that is exciting to me.
There's a reason why any like recent movie that's filmed in black and white gets nominated for best cinematography at the Oscars. Like it always happens. Was it like 2 years ago or 3 years ago? El Conde, a Netflix movie that I had never even heard of, was nominated, and then I was like, oh, it's because it was filmed in black and white. And then I watched it and it was awesome. It's a vampire movie, but like they there is such an art form to it, and I do think it feels like this movie was meant to be watched that way.
Yeah. I wish it was weekly, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, me too.
I kind of expected that, though, because like every Amazon show, I feel like releases in a binge, at least for the first season, so that way they can gauge viewership from there. But yeah, I wish it was weekly, even just because like given the amount of stuff that is in the trailer, like I wish we could process it all week to week. But I'm just happy it's here. I don't know.
What do we know about the story of the show so far?
He's noiring.
The same Spider-Man noir from freaking Spider-Verse, which I don't understand how that works.
Supposedly he is not. They've since like come out and said that is not the case. So
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. Just based on like the other characters that are in it though, like Sandman, like Man Spider is in the trailer. Like you can maybe string a plot together, but we don't really know like a super specific beyond that.
There's has anyone here seen the Nicolas Cage movie Vampire's Kiss?
No.
There's like a famous clip of Nick Cage saying the alphabet. It's from that movie. It's a iconic movie where Nick Cage is a vampire, but he's not really. He thinks he is, and that's what I was getting from this trailer. Like with no power comes no responsibility. I'm like, is he not really a Spider-Man, but thinks he's a Spider-Man? And I want to shout out friend of the show Scott, because we talked about this because Scott had the same thought, and I was like, is that what's happening in this show? Which I don't think it is, but the idea is pretty funny.
Ben Reilly's alter ego Spider-Noir will be called the Spider instead of Spider-Man in the show. This is via Esquire. I can't find anything saying it Spider-Verse yes one way or the other. I just see there will be Easter eggs from Variety to Spider-Verse movies referenced in Spider-Noir. I still believe maybe there's some kind of Spider-Man legality where they just can't use the name or word Spider-Man without I don't know. Much like you couldn't put a spider on Venom's chest in those movies that were not Spider-Man movies, but whatever. I think the show looks great. Can't wait for it. I am shocked all 8 episodes are releasing at the same time, and those will release on May 27th, 2026, 5 days after The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is a trailer we will also be talking about later in the show. Very excited for Spider-Noir, though. Speaking of trailers. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to shout out the way Nick Cage says plastered in the trailer, because that's the most Nick Cage-ism that happens in the trailer. And the warm fuzzies it gave me when I watched him deliver that line. This is keeping me alive, this show, I'm telling you.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I think we're going to enjoy this one, guys. I think we're going to enjoy the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer if we ever get it. The movie is now 5 months away.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a trailer for it yet. We have some updates, which we'll get to. But where is the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer is where we will start. Could it release with hoppers?
I like that.
What else is there?
May is far too close to that movie to be. It's not going to wait until the Mandalorian and Grogu and release 2 months before the movie. I think we get another trailer with the Mandalorian and Grogu, but Hoppers is the next big movie.
See, I'm going to split the difference, and I'm going to say the Mario movie, which comes out on April 1st.
Okay.
I feel like before then makes sense. I also see the chat saying Project Hail Mary as an option because I think that's March 20th. So that would be kind of like, if you hit both of those, I think that would make sense. Because also we know children are going to show up in droves for the Mario movie.
What's the next big Sony movie though? Is anything you just said from Sony? Is Hail Mary from Sony? If so, I think that's what it would be.
No, Project Hail Mary is Amazon.
Oh,
MGM.
Goat was Sony.
Yeah.
Upcoming Sony movies: The Breadwinner, Goat, and then The Breadwinner, which is May 29th, and then Shiver July 23rd. This is July 3rd. This is via IMDb. That's the next Sony movies. So it won't be a Sony movie.
Well, Project Hail Mary is possible if you said that was. Wait, did you say it was Amazon or Apple?
I don't think that even matters at this point. I would think I would say probably by Project Hail Mary, and then you can also have the Mario movie a week later, and then Mandalorian and Grogu and everything else from there. Like that would make sense to me. I would now be shocked if they don't do that.
Hoppers is March 6th. Project Hail Mary is March 20th. Super Mario Galaxy is April 1st. I mean, it's got to be somewhere in March, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in March. And if it's going to be with Mario, it's going to be late March, because that will play March 30th or however. I don't know how many days are in March. Is it 30 or 31? I don't remember. It's one of those months that has more than 28. And I think that March, we're within probably a maximum of 5 weeks of the Spider-Man trailer, in my opinion. A maximum. Is there any big sporting events between now and March Madness? Maybe it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll happen there. There's no big ESPN event. That's a CBS thing with March Madness. I don't know.
Just Elimination Chamber, BD.
Hell no. Hell. Not happening. I'd watch. Spider-Man Brand New Day did get a synopsis, and this synopsis I believe is legit because it comes from a listing on Spider-Man Brand New Day Art of the Movies book. Like the movie art book, which is a real thing that always happens for all these movies. And this is what the synopsis says. 4 years have gone by since we last caught up with our friendly neighborhood hero. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Things are going well for our anonymous hero until an unusual trail of crimes pulls him into a web of mystery, larger than he's ever faced before. In order to take on what's ahead, Spider-Man not only needs to be at the top of his physical and mental game, but he also must be prepared to face the repercussions of his past. Bomb, bomb, bomb.
I believe that this is real because, to your point, like putting it on an art book seems pretty legit. But I also know like some of these, this ephemera around these movies, like isn't always exactly set in stone. Like this might not be the synopsis that Sony puts out once they actually do put out the trailer. Because even then, like you doing your dramatic reading of it, like it gives us no information. It just kind of says like he starts doing stuff. So I believe that it's real, but they might have even given the people who are putting the book listing together like a partial amount of information.
I just have a hard time believing that it just doesn't connect to Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it obviously is going to connect to the Punisher because the Punisher's in this. We don't know if Charlie Cox is in this. He says he's not. But with Kingpin being this villainous criminal leader in New York City, and this is literally saying that Peter Parker is no more and Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Well, I mean, how do you not include Kingpin in that? I mean, I believe that Vincent D'Onofrio is not in this movie. He's one that I do believe because when he explained why he's not in the movie, he cited rights issues. And once they do that, I'm like, oh, you're telling the truth. When you're Charlie Cox and you're like, no, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. I'm like, well, I don't know if I believe you. I've been lied to. I've been hurt before. So it's a very basic synopsis. The repercussions from the past tease is interesting, right? There was artwork that for merch, and I don't think this is any sort of spoiler, because this merch is going to be seen before the movie comes out. I don't think it was supposed to be seen yet, but it's definitely going to be seen before the movie is out. but it has artwork of Scorpion, Tarantula, and Boomerang on it. And I'm curious if like Vulture is going to play a part, if he's going to be back in some way. I want that to happen. I see Jamie is praise.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, the idea of Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Please.
Who did he put in jail? Was it Scorpion he put in jail at the end of Homecoming? So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe Morbius and Craven show up. Right? Is that what everybody wants? Madam Web?
Madam Web. Man,
you would be outnumbered on the Madam Web department, but I feel like this movie has way too much going on as it is, just purely based on the characters revealed on this merch, that I don't think we need a Sony reunion in the process.
Yeah. Hey, we got Hannah Basso with a $4.99. Thank you, Hannah. It's caught up post Endgame timeline, post Daredevil Born Again, which Jamie wouldn't know since she hasn't finished, and post Thunderbolts also, probably. No, if anybody's watching, no, Jamie has not finished Daredevil Born Again season 1 yet. If you just joined, in theory, yes, 4 years after No Way Home would put Brand New Day post Thunderbolts, I believe. We'll see if that's a factor at all. God, New York just goes through it, man. So much stuff happens in New York. Imagine how cheap rent better be in the MCU in New York. Because your apartment is gonna get destroyed. Renter's insurance, exponentially expensive. Rent itself, probably through the floor. Much like your living situation will be when a Leviathan crashes through your building. Or the Sentry or the Void or literally anything else. Spider-Gwen and Spider-Punk are getting, they're having spin-off projects from Spider-Verse. Was this part of last week's show?
No.
Because I find that to be very exciting.
I mean, we knew the Spider-Punk of it all. Like, that's been pretty easily reported on, I think, from Daniel Kaluuya himself kind of talking about it. I also just interpret the Spider-Gwen thing to be the like female spin-off animated movie that they've said is in the works like since the first Spider-Verse came out. So if anything, it like reaffirms that they're both in development, which is good, but like it doesn't feel super groundbreaking. I don't know.
I'll be watching.
I don't know how far away. Like, we thought Spider-Noir wasn't happening. So I'm like, well, you know what? Daniel Kaluuya, I hope you're doing sit-ups somewhere. It's going to happen here at some point. But it was probably years from now, right? Like, they're still working on part 3 of Spider-Verse.
Every once in a while, you get a little spider surprise, which is always better than a spider dump. Chris Hemsworth is yapping because he's promoting Crime 101. Am I the only one who saw Crime 101?
Yeah. I'd like to know what you thought of it, though.
It's pretty good. It's honestly quite a good movie.
I've seen some good reviews, and I was surprised by the good reviews. And now I'm interested.
Is it the best movie ever? No, but it is a good thriller heist flick that I thought was very entertaining. It's a little long, 2 hours and 20 minutes for what's going on in there, but I thought it was a pretty damn good movie. And the characters are like Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, Chris Hemsworth, Barry Keoghan especially, like they all very much define these characters very well, and they make the way they have to come together in the end, in a sense, makes for a good heist flick, good culmination. I enjoyed it. It did not do well at the box office though.
It's now The Housemaid, your favorite movie in recent memory.
Housemaid was better than Crime 101. I'll give it that. Send Help didn't Send Help have like a less than 1% drop weekend to weekend?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild 0.9% drop, and it lost like 400 theaters or something crazy like that. Send Help's a good movie. Probably my favorite movie of the year so far, actually. I don't know one that I liked more.
I think it's the only 2026 movie I've seen in theaters. Like, I watched The Rip today, so that, but there's a lot of, I've been going to the movies, but to see old movies.
I watched Psycho Killer. I don't know if I could say what I thought yet.
Did you like The Bone Temple more?
I love The Bone Temple, but I think, I don't know, it's hard to pick. They're horror movies, but they're quite different. Send Help and 28 years later, The Bone Temple. But anyway, Chris Hemsworth is yapping. He talked to Smartless about Thor: Love and Thunder. Do it. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I won't.
Don't do it.
I won't do Australian. I won't do Australian. I won't do my God of Thunder impression. He said we took the piss probably a little bit too much, or we took the piss probably a little much. And this is just begging to be like, that's not a structured sentence that an American would put it that way. That is Australian as hell. We took the piss probably a little much.
I think people know what took the piss means, though. I think people know that, right?
Last time your American friend said took the piss.
No, they don't. Our American friends don't say it, but I hear that expression quite often. And
Variations
from other
of it.
people.
Yeah. You don't say you took the piss out of something? Like, that is a common phrase.
Yeah.
We took the piss probably a little much, and then there was some backlash. There was this real kind of, why is he a goofball? Why is it like this? And audience is violently offended. And we were like, oh, we're just having fun. We're trying to try something different. So
my thing about this quote is that they also took the piss in Ragnarok, and we all loved it. It's because they did a good job that time. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hate Love and Thunder, but like, I think chalking it up to that that's not what people didn't like about the movie. But you know, what can you say?
It might be the thing of like the degree to which they took it was like a little much, which is probably one of my biggest qualms with the movie. But if anything, I'm like encouraged by the fact that he's aware and kind of recognizes like, this is why this didn't do well. And like, he can admit it and kind of like make peace with it. Like, I think that is encouraging given just like how that movie itself was received.
People are so interesting, man. There's like, I don't know what really to say. I guess it's too long for this little segment, but like, the difference between $60 million or $80 million. Like, if this movie opened in China on day one, it would have done $900 million and would have been in the top 5 of the MCU post-in game. And who knows? All of it's so tenuous. I don't know what to do with box office numbers anymore, or reception to box office numbers anymore. I have no clue how to handle it. But yeah,
he's talking about box office though. I think he's more about just the discourse.
I think that the box office number is guiding the discourse. I think that it's all downstream of that.
I don't know. I think people fucking hate Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
but I'm saying I don't think that happens in a vacuum, and I don't think it has that much to do with the movie either. I think it has to do with the media environment.
I don't know. I remember when I saw the movie, I was at the premiere. This is one of those where I went to the premiere and that premiere energy really got me and I was all hyped up. And then I went and saw it on opening night with Richard, and Richard was like, you fucking like this movie?
Yeah.
And I watched it in a theater, in an IMAX theater that was packed. And like, I felt like Homelander in that video where he's in the theater and like, he's like realizing shit's bad. Nobody was laughing. And I was like, damn, I had so much fun at the premiere. Did I just get got by the premiere energy? And I did. And that was a lesson. But, I don't know.
Like I said, I'm in the minority. Every time something like this happens, I think about some current events that happened in the last 2 weeks and how that has gamed a lot of the discourse around all of this stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Well,
I have no idea. I know Adam Barnhart was mad about Gore. Tall guy 9317. You are absolutely right. The people who are mad about that stuff and 45 minutes of the movie getting cut, I'll hear you on that.
I think that's the thing. I think this whole conversation, like, I think he's talking more about the quality of the movie itself and less the box office. Like, I do agree with you. I think the larger, like, perception of it probably would have changed if it had made more money. But still, at the end of the day, like, the people who saw it and the conversation around it was still, it's not a good quality movie at the end of the day.
I mean, it made $760 million.
I think if it opens up in China, it goes north of 850 and everything's different. It's the stupid. Remember when we were still working at the old place, Jenna? And like they talked about how bad the opening for Birds of Prey was versus like Ford versus Ferrari, and they were exactly the same number, and the coverage was completely different based on what the expectations for each one was. And I think that just is here. I don't want to derail this. Forget about
no, yeah, like that is true. But again, like I think box office like reception and like actual quality reception are two very different conversations here.
Either way, I wish that Gore had been a better villain. He's such a great villain in comics, and the Mighty Thor could have been even better, and I don't think we got enough of her. And if we go to Valhalla, who knows? Maybe she comes back with Idris Elba and everybody up there. But Thor: Love and Thunder is a thing of the past. However, Thor will return again after Doomsday. Chris Hemsworth says we've got some ideas to do something pretty unique again, and hopefully be different. I think he just wants to drink Foster's on set the whole time because that's all Australian people drink, right? Or is that just an American thought? Do we have any Aussie listeners? There was somebody earlier who said, I'm watching from Australia. I'm just doing everything I can to piss them off, apparently. Just trying to make sure our Aussie friends never tune in again. I love you guys. Australia's awesome. All right, so Thor's going to stick around post Doomsday. Anyone have thoughts?
It is interesting that he's like approaching it that way and kind of saying that already, because I feel like the writing on the wall post Secret Wars is some sort of reboot or soft reboot. And so if you have rebooted things around him, but he's still the same Thor that we've been following for 20 years, like that is definitely interesting. Like I have my personal theories or preferences of where I would want the next Thor stuff to go, but like I don't really know what the landscape's going to even look like post Secret Wars. Like the chat is saying, like, will we ever see Hercules again? We have no idea.
Oh, man, Brett Goldstein in the MCU.
That's what got me. That's why I left the theater being like, this was the best. But my thing is like, it's after Doomsday, right? He could just be talking about Secret Wars. Like that could just be as simple as that.
Yeah, I think he'll stick with it. I think he likes playing Thor. Dude is still just jacked. Looks like Thor. I think he's going to stick around. There's no reason not to. Hopefully we get good movies. And to Bro Bible on being an elder statesman. God, there's 3 fucking Chris Hemsworth quotes back to back, and you're really expecting me never to do Australian here? In the more recent film since then, I felt like the character had earned his seat at the table. Before that, I felt like the new guy. I remember sitting around on Doomsday with all these new characters, people in their first Avengers film, and thinking, I have a bit of agency here. I should have a bigger voice or opinion as the character. Ooh, okay. Thor got a little cocky there. Thought he had a little more input than everyone else. Owning that a little bit more, he does feel like one of the elders. He's 2,000 years old or something. So we tried to play into that more than we had before. You reach a point in life where there's an exhaustion and weariness, and we really leaned into that. I also taken this out of context, like maybe he was just kidding and isn't actually just trying to throw his tenure around as creative input weight. Maybe he is. But
it's interesting to me that he ever felt like the new guy when he starred in the 4th film of the franchise as only the 3rd star, because there was already Iron Man 2. So like by the time you get to like Avengers, the only person that would feel like the new guy would be Mark Ruffalo. So that's just a weird thought to have. But maybe it's because he was newer in terms of just the industry. He wasn't as like around as much as the other guys. Mm-hmm. That could be what he's talking about. That's how I'm choosing to take it.
Definitely. I mean, Chris Evans was already the Human Torch. Robert Downey Jr. was already Robert Downey Jr. And I guess those were the only 3 that had their own movies before the first Avengers movie. And Scarlett Johansson was Scarlett Johansson. I think Thor had to be my introduction to Chris Hemsworth, whereas I had seen the others before.
Yeah.
So I think it probably was.
And even Ruffalo was an established actor. Yeah. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he had already been nominated for an Oscar by that point. When was The Kids Are Alright?
13 going on 30. Hello.
That is also true.
Come on
An
now.
Iconic film. One of the greatest films of all time.
All right. Anything else on the Marvel front we want to talk about before we switch over to the DC universe?
The chat is giving you the endorsement to do the accent.
Oh, crikey, Matt. You want me to do Australian for the rest of the show then? All right.
No, that's not what I meant.
Here we go.
No.
Yeah, Lanterns, here's a new logo.
You've unleashed Chris Hemsworth. Sounds just like him.
Everyone is turning this off.
No, I think we just gained 1 million new subscribers. In fact, the biggest. If Phase Hero is bigger when you call it Phase Hero, right? Anyway.
When you look burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, you burnt pickle here, giving burnt peanut a run for his money. I'm looking for the Lanterns logo here. I want to pull it up because this is as much. We don't have much DC news here, guys. We're trying.
Can I just say the logo is basically the same logo that was in the HBO 2026 teaser. Like it's just on a different background, but it's basically the same logo.
However, it has a shade of green, maybe.
Yes.
Whoa! Look at that! Crikey! The Australians gave me permission. They did in the comment section. And I believe that they are really Australian when they say that. All right. New Lanterns logo. That's that.
It's the word Lanterns. Doing good. So exciting.
If you look closely, there is an L, an A, an N, a T, an E, an R, an N, and an S. And there's a DC Studios logo above that. I still think Lanterns is going to be an August release.
Yep.
Much like Peacemaker. And it's going to take us up till Clayface. And that's going to be a nicely paced and planted rollout of the next DC Universe projects. Man of Tomorrow is filming in Ohio. Does Aaron Perrine have thoughts?
Oh, I know that people are amped to see him back. I know that. Like the city was very, very happy about 2 summers ago when they were filming Superman. So I feel like it's a win-win because he'll get the Conqueror's like return to Cleveland. I can only imagine. You know what I mean? Also, he's gonna be like beloved in St. Louis and Cleveland, like similarly now, which is so funny. I'm like, he just needs to tour the rest of the Midwest, carving it out.
Stellan Skarsgård, in a new rumor, passed on playing Christopher Dent in the Batman Part 2.
I have thoughts about this as a huge Stellan Skarsgård fan. That man is about to turn 75, and he just got his first Oscar nomination, which is crazy. I recommend watching him in Breaking the Waves, which is a really messed up movie, but he's incredible in it. And he's talked about how he got stuck in Marvel for so long. Like, he did not expect to still be making those Marvel movies. I don't blame him for like a comic book movie. Nah, I'm good. Like, I don't want to die doing these movies, I think is his thing. He's such a weird, cool, talented like person that's like getting up there. And I'm not saying that that's not like who did comic book movies already. Like if he was younger, I think he'd step over to another franchise. But I think that he's done with that.
It's also the role of Christopher Dent. Like, for those of you who don't know, that is Harvey Dent's abusive father. Like in the more recent origins of his story, he has the two-faced persona and kind of the two-faced coin because of the abuse that he suffered when his dad literally flipped a coin before deciding whether or not to beat him. So like it's interesting hearing the rumor mill that like this is a path that we're going to go into in the movie. Like, I don't know if it's just a flashback or if like we're going to see him in the present day, but like it's interesting to know that he could theoretically be there. But yeah, to Jamie's point, like I totally understand why he wouldn't sign on. It could just be a scheduling thing. Like, who knows?
Dr. Eric Selvig will not be in the DC universe.
Well, I mean, the movie's not in the DC universe anyway, so
will not be in the Elseworlds DC universe.
Like it's interesting. I find the Batman Part 2 to be the once we get past Clayface, the strangest of all the things on our like big comic book calendar, because no one has the idea what the heck this thing is. Like none of us know. It's like you feel like it could be a little bit of certain comic storylines, but you know it's not going to be just that, and that is exhilarating. It's so fun to just not know.
I mean, Stellan Skarsgård's 74 years old, so by the time the movie comes out, he'd be at least 96 with how this one's moving. I don't blame him. Ben Kingsley's 84, by the way.
Wow.
Did you know that?
Really?
Trevor Slattery. He's an actor. 84.
Wow.
Is that
I would
right?
have guessed 70s.
82, sorry. Born in 1943. December 31st. I mean, he's skirted in there by a couple hours. But 82 years old, and he's playing Trevor Slattery so vibrantly. I hope they get everything they can with Ben Kingsley in that character, as long as he's willing to do it and having fun with it, because I think Wonder Man was fantastic. But we're on the DC side. We're not going back over there, you Marvelites. Batman Part 2 co-writer Mattson Tomlin on Twitter said, "We worked exceptionally hard to tell a story worthy of the character, something that feels new and dangerous. The bar couldn't be higher."
That quote just made me excited. Like his excitement is exciting. And like for people who don't know, he technically was involved a little bit in writing Part 1, but then ultimately they didn't go with his finalized draft. So he's technically not credited on Part 1. So like his work on this is a long time coming, and just like hearing the updates from him as he and Matt have been working on it is exciting. So I'm glad that he's hyped. Like he's very online and very vocal on Twitter. So like that is getting people hyped as well.
Yeah. All right. There's really nothing else on DC this week.
No.
I have a question to pose for people because I had to write about it for one of my jobs today. Every 3 months there's like a new exciting Batman fan cast, like who the internet wants to see play Batman.
Okay.
And people are now saying Paul Anthony Kelly, who's playing JFK Jr. on Love Story. And my thing is that is this man's only credit. It's the only thing you can watch him in. And I have washed my hands of Ryan Murphy. I can't do it anymore. So I need to know who on this panel is going to watch that show and tell us if he would in fact make a good Bruce Bruce Wayne.
So I have been increasingly tempted already, just given the concept of the show. I was like, maybe I would check this out. And then the Batman fan cast started. And as Chris pointed out to me, he looks like 70s Batman. Like literally, if you look at the panels of him unmasked in the 70s, like he looks exactly like this man. So like, I definitely like this fan cast on paper more than some of the other ones that have been percolating on the internet for the past few years. It also would kind of be poetic if both Superman and Batman both got their start on Ryan Murphy shows, because David Cornsweet did the same thing. So like, trust me, I am tempted to like join that just purely to figure out what this guy's chops are.
Please tell me, because I see the vision. He looks incredible, but I'm like, I don't know if he can act, and I'm just like not ready to find out. I cannot. I'm not tuning in to another one of these true stories by Ryan Murphy. I can't do it again. I just can't.
I will say, BD, the picture you're pulling up with the mustache is not necessarily the best evidence, but like
him,
if you look at
that one, that's the one I showed Tony, and Tony was like, "Whoa."
He looks like comic Batman in a very, very like unexpected way to me.
That's a good look, man.
Yeah. Him, Hudson Williams is Nightwing. You have my attention.
Please.
Okay. I just need to say Hudson might be too old for the age range that Nightwing ultimately needs to be. I am just telling. I'm just being realistic. I am not just like purely for age ranges. Although he might be.
To be fair, he starts off, he'd rival with playing an 18-year-old.
But if they need Nightwing to play like a teenager, by the time we would get to Brave and the Bold, he might be well aged out of that role. Like, I just need to set y'all's expectations realistically.
You're right. But we can still have our dream time.
That is true.
All right, one last thing on today's show, and it is this is the way. Mandalorian and Grogu trailer is here. I really, 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 really enjoyed this trailer, guys. If you were mad about that Super Bowl ad, shut up.
I'm finally excited for this movie. This trailer is what finally did it. This was a great trailer. I've been just not excited, which bums me out. But this trailer, I'm on board. Let's go.
This trailer was presented to me when I woke up on Monday morning with play the game of who is guest starring as voice actors in this movie. And I got 10 seconds in and I'm like, is that Martin Scorsese? And that was the way my day started. I need a whole like assembled documentary just on how Martin Scorsese is involved with this movie. Like how they said yes, how he it makes sense, but it also does not in any way, shape, or form. And I kind of love it. Like the memes have been giving me life. But I agree, like this trailer's great. If anything, I'm mad at the Super Bowl spot because they wasted $8 to $10 million on not showing us what the movie actually looked like. Whereas like they could have shown us snippets of this and it would have been delightful. Like this movie looks markedly better just based on this footage.
There's Martin Scorsese for you.
Yeah.
And so Scorsese and George Lucas are good friends, but like what is George Lucas doing when he's not involved with this really? So that's like the only thing I can think of.
I've heard that like he and Favreau have worked together or like know each other. So right. I think that might also be part of it. But yeah, it just not at all what I expected, especially given like his Marvel comments and just his state of existence right now. But it's worth it for all the memes of like photoshopping his weird little guy character from this movie into like Taxi Driver like that. Those alone have been very delightful.
A big shout out to Romus. 5th for the 5. Thank you, Romus, for the 5 in the chat. Everybody, W Romus in the chat. I think the biggest thing this trailer accomplished for me, which I was going to watch this movie no matter what. We all know this is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I love Mando. I love Grogu. I love the relationship between them. I love how this trailer seems to be putting us back in them being the center part of it, whereas season 3 of The Mandalorian and Grogu kind of lost a little bit of that focus and therefore lost a little bit of that heart. It was still pretty cool. I think I liked that season more than most people, but this seems to be going back to that and having Din at the root. He took his helmet off. What are we going to do there? Oh my goodness. Is he going to have to go back to the pits of Mandalore and repent again? Or is he just going to look like Pedro Pascal going forward and make more money for the franchise? Who knows? Now that said, the biggest thing this did for me is prove that this movie is going to feel worthy of being a movie and not just it should have been a TV episode or another season. This feels like a movie trailer. It looks like a ton of fun. It doesn't look like, Rogue One or Andor type of serious Star Wars. It looks like just a really fun Star Wars movie with some awesome action, cool characters, and you have Embo, an animated character from Clone Wars already. So you're already and Zeb, who's an awesome character.
Zeb.
Yeah, there's so much tying this to larger Star Wars lore already, but then you also have epic action and loads of fun. Like this shot with the flamethrower where he shoots his flamethrower at the ground and takes out these guards. Like this is good stuff. And honestly, I haven't seen, I'm sure it exists because nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans, but I haven't seen a lot of negativity around this. I see people being like, this looks really fun, and that makes me happy. Maybe my algorithm is finally just giving me peace, but I think this looks great.
I do think people were just waiting to see what the movie actually looked like, because it's like the teaser only showed so much and was like released so long ago. And again, the Super Bowl spot was cute, but also did not really show what the movie looked like. So I think like the tide is turning now that people can actually have a better barometer of what the movie will be.
Yep.
BD, you kind of hit the nail on the head with like, it looks like a movie finally. And that's what's been getting me so much. And like, I watched this and I was like, oh, it feels so good to be excited about it. And there's just like, okay, it's so funny to me that they show a little baby Rodian, because they're like, they know that the people like what happened with Grogu. We all met baby Yoda, and they're going to be calling this guy Baby Greedo, even though we all know at this point in the franchise Greedo was dead, but it's like a baby Greedo. And I love that. Like, give it to me. I don't care. As somebody who is a Star Wars toy collector, give me the cute toys. I'm a sucker in that regard, and I'm gonna have that little baby Rodian, and I'm going to cherish it and love it forever. And I'm sure that's like that's all we're gonna see of that little guy in a stroller. Yeah. And then we get the jacked Hutt, who, I'll be honest, I'm not a Clone Wars person, so if this is a character from Clone Wars, I'm sorry, I don't know. But I'm a Rebels girl, that's why I'm excited for Zeb. But what is this? That's crazy. I want that toy too. There's gonna be so many good toys. Christmas this year is gonna be crazy.
You know, it's Jeremy Allen White, right?
Yeah, that's Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, so it's Jabba's son, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen Clone Wars either, but his nickname is supposedly Stinky the Hutt. So I'm like hoping at least one character calls him that in the movie, because like that would be delightful. To your point about merchandise though, like I need them to make merch for Martin Scorsese's little guy, because I have way too many of the Werner Herzog Mandalorian figures, because it was endlessly delightful to me that Werner Herzog was just playing himself. So like I just need a weird little collection of directors from the 70s as Star Wars characters. Like that would be delightful.
This just looks awesome. This looks great. I don't care. Nobody's raining on my parade with this one.
I don't know what does Aaron think? Is Aaron gonna rain on the parade?
Oh no. I've just been on the train of, it's been freaking forever since Rise of Skywalker, and people are going to go see the first Star Wars movie since we all were inside, no matter what. I don't know. It is really a really good trailer, and it looks like it is absolutely going to be fun. I am now seriously worried that one of these movies in the summertime, though. So one of y'all is not going to be able to make the amount of money that it's supposed to. Because doesn't this come out right near like Toy Story and
May 22nd? This comes out.
Okay. There's one of y'all summer movies. This isn't going to happen for y'all. That's sad. And I don't think it's going to be this one either, you know? So
do you know how well
I'm excited.
Toy Story,
Yeah.
Mando, Spider-Noir, Invincible, The Boys. This summer is going to be Supergirl, Spider-Man, The Odyssey. Oh my God. A little Easter egg here. This says Weathers Apollo in Arabic, which is a nice little nod to the late Carl Weathers, Grief Karga. That's a nice little touch there. We got another 5 here from CB the Legend 11. Thank you. WCB in the chat, doing MCU rewatch and with wife and mother-in-law, first watch for both for Doomsday. Wife hated Captain America: The First Avenger. Your wife has taste there, bud. You picked a good one.
As someone who also used to hate that movie, tell her to just like give it some time. Give it like a decade and watch it again, because that's what I had to do.
It's such a fun. Yeah, it's one that when I first watched it, and then it is what it is. I don't think it's whatever. The Captain Carter episode of What If was just as good. It's pretty much the same thing, but in 20 minutes.
I vehemently disagree, but we do not have time to have that argument. Go listen to episode 100 if you want to hear that argument, and so many more.
I also started my Doomsday, we did the math. If we watch like one a week, we'll get there before Doomsday with like doubling up a couple months. And it's crazy. Before Infinity War, I watched every single MCU movie in a weekend to build up for it. And now it's like, so with all the shows and stuff, you can't do that anymore. So we just got to start now and work through the rest of the year. It's like such a different time we're living in.
CB with another 5. 75 plus family members renting theater for Doomsday next Christmas. Grandma's even coming to see it. Hell yeah.
I love that.
Hey,
That's awesome.
W Grandma in the chat. W Grandma.
Grandma.
We love that. Is she also binging the MCU with you? Is that what you said earlier? It was wife and who? It's wife and mother-in-law. Okay. Hey, good for the CB the Legend 11 family. Loving that for you guys. Are we family? Is the Face Hero Crew family? Could we squeeze in 79 plus? All right.
go.
So that is pretty much all it's a light week. There will be interviews on the Phase Hero feed with Georgina Campbell and Roy Lee about Psycho Killer. Those will be up on the podcast feed on Friday. This Monday, well, I'll get to that when it's my turn. Anybody else got anything else they want to talk about?
I mean, are we doing our normal plugs? Or...
Yeah, I was going to go around, but if there was any other news topics we wanted to talk about, I was going to let everybody...
10 whole minutes. So like, what can we fill this 10 minutes with, you know?
Kiss, marry, kill.
I hate these new PG terms that we're using for these old classic games.
Wow.
For the record.
I mean, I don't know what's for the right thing to do anymore.
What would Jamie do? That's the right thing.
Somebody asked me kiss, marry, kill on like an Ask BD thing on the Brandon Davis show, and it was Sue Storm, Wanda Maximoff, and Yelena Belova, and I said kiss, but I thought when I answered, I was thinking the other thing, and I'm sorry, because of that, I had to kill Wanda.
That's insane. That is so crazy.
But also, the question asker did put you in a very difficult situation. Like, there's kind of a no-win situation there.
My reasoning is sound. Sue Storm, proven to be a great family woman, great mom, great partner. Come on, Sue Storm, lovely lady. You're marrying that one. But if you hook up with Scarlet Witch and you don't talk to her again, she will fucking kill you. She will obliterate your reality.
In the context of the game, though, if you're just hooking up, then that's what they want from you too. That's what she wants from you as well.
I'm not taking a chance on a witch.
Bold of you to assume that Scarlet Witch wants a whole relationship with you, BD.
BD, like explaining his reasoning while looking like a burnt chicken nugget is just a whole other vibe.
Listen, if it was on the table, I'm just saying I'm playing it safe, and I don't even think I could.
As Stamina points out in the comments, could you even kill Wanda? Like that is a whole other conversation.
I'm just saying, but the reasoning was sound, and Yelena would probably kill you too for the same reasoning, but at least she wouldn't like obliterate your whole reality. Like Wanda would erase your family. Yelena would just be like, "You want to? I'm going to kill you." CB with another 2. Wife did love the first Thor movie, a Shakespearean Thor, the goated Thor. The jersey popped out of BD said, "Yeah, you give me a tan, and all of a sudden I'm Jim Cannon Laundry all the way to the." Anyway, all right, yeah, BD might stand for something else if he hooks up with Wanda. Big dead. Bad death is what that stands for, Jonathan. All right. Oh, that's crazy stamina. I'm not putting that on the big screen.
No.
This is what happens when we can't fill the time. News. Start coming out with more news, guys. DC, Marvel, we need you. We need you.
I like this chaos. What are you talking about?
For another 7 minutes, guys. I could do this all day.
Yeah,
I could give y'all an impossible situation.
The chat could be giving us much better questions by now if you had prompted them, but instead you posed a question that you now are like extremely screwed in answering.
It would, but I answered it fearlessly, okay, shamelessly and fearlessly, and I stand by it.
Maximum effort.
Jones, you're gonna get banned for that. We don't. Jay Jones, you will be banned for that in the chat. Just kidding. You won't be banned. That's an honest mistake. We love you, Jay Jones, but that's PTSD. Tan BD going ham. All right, well, that's it. Okay, here we got one. Okay, we got a question. This is from Tough Luck Yes6, sir. Over under 50%. Mando and Grogu does 500 million worldwide on a 166 over. Taking the over. Smash the over. I'll put 100 million on the over. I don't know what the 50% is, but I do think Mando and Grogu easily crosses 500 million worldwide, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't like. I'm trying to think about what comes out around it because it's hard because I'm down here on Fandango, a month and a half into the future, and I'm like already dizzy. It's gotta do like 500. Like it's got
Easy.
Baby Yoda in it.
Easy, 650, 700 worldwide, easy, maybe 800. I have no doubt. I have no
Air
doubt.
fried BD has spoken. Yes,
that's right. I have spoken, and I am air fried. Hey, we got another 2 from Roma's Face Hero. Make mine Marvel. Thanks, team. Yeah, Marvel was at the top of the show. Hey, I do have a question. It's been 3 months since the first time we had this conversation. Has anybody changed their stance? Thank you, Funko Pop Portraits, for the question here. With the developments in technology, some IGN posts that have been way out of pocket from conventions. So sex with robots, asks Funko Pop Portraits.
Okay, so the question you need to ask, you need to clarify, is it, do we think it is inevitable, or would we want to participate? Because those are 2 very different answers. Jamie's nodding. Jamie agrees with me that those are 2 very different questions.
Sorry,
yes.
there are 2 different answers.
It's going to come for all of us. Wait, pause.
We could have just ended the show early. You brought this on yourself.
Yeah,
Nope.
listen, I'm committed
Fill
to the
that
bit
hour,
now.
baby.
We have 4 more minutes until 10 p.m. where I'm sitting, and we are going. And the chat is enjoying it because not a single question since Mando and Grogu. They're just like, hey, let them go. Let's see how deep BD can dig this hole. Tan BD is a fucking villain, apparently. I'm a menace. And I got to go take a shower and start to look like a human again, but you're getting the burnt peanut edition of me right now. Phase Hero event for Doomsday. That would be fun, CB. That would be a lot of fun. We already know the opinion of BDA, aka Boston Dynamics. Well, Tandon Davis, here I am. That's right, Bean Dip Supreme. How'd you come up with the name Bean Dip Supreme for a YouTube channel, by the way? Genuine question. Are you good at making bean dips?
No, we're asking the chat questions.
Yeah, now we're asking.
listen.
Yeah.
I do just want to bring up on the robot front. My favorite part of that whole bit was the next morning before I flew home, walking around Hollywood Boulevard, and I saw delivery robots, and I took a picture and I sent it to the group chat. And I was like, "Hey, look, BD, it's your future girlfriend."
And I went out there and I grabbed it and I brought it back to the room. It said Coco on the side. No. That's not my type of robot.
No.
No. It's an innocent little wheelie guy rolling around with its little food delivery. You're all liars. You're all liars.
We didn't even answer the question because you didn't clarify.
Nope. Everybody here is a liar. You're all going to be.
I've said it a million times. I have no interest in robots, but I would hook up with a clone of myself. So you sit with that one for a bit.
What if it was a robot with a really incredible likeness of yourself?
No, it's not a clone. It's got to be a clone. That person doesn't have the soul of me. That robot. I want a clone of myself.
It's got to have like flesh, blood, and personality.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's enough content of you. Listen, there's enough content of you online. I feel like somebody could, if technology gets there, create a personality.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I don't want it to be technological. I want it to be a real clone. I guess that requires some technology.
What if it was a scroll that took your likeness? I had a meeting today to try to get some partnerships, like some ads, like built into the show. Was this
before or after the spray tan?
It's over now. This conversation ruined all ad possibilities anyway. But one of the ideas was like to start pitching liquor companies. It's a friend of mine who works with brands and manages things like this podcast and content creators and stuff. And he made a pitch deck for the show and he showed it to me. And he's like, I'm really, you guys he listens to the show. Hi. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you, man. And he's saying that, I'm sorry, we just made your job so much more difficult. That he wants to really get like an alcohol sponsorship because Face Hero After Dark is something we keep joking about, but we talk about this alcohol episode where we're just drinking and we're, maybe telling our viewers what we're drinking. And he's like, I have a few pitches that I'm going to send specifically. So it might actually happen where there is like not only Face Hero After Dark where we're drinking. I don't know. I mean, this is just he's going to pitch it. There's no reason to think it's actually moving yet, but it's just an idea. We might be hammered on the show. And then, in the words of Nicolas Cage, plastered. And then it's going to be fucking crazy. But I'm not going to look like this. Yes, this is natural tan, Serenity Q. I just actually laid outside in the 43-degree Nashville weather, and I just put mirrors everywhere. And I said, cook me!
And there it was. You're in LA a lot.
And it chose to cook me. All right, here we go. Let's wrap it up here. It's 10 o'clock. We made it. 11 o'clock Eastern time. 8 o'clock Pacific time. Jenna, any last words for today's show?
I feel like we could have just done our outro and hit 10 o'clock anyway instead of going off the rails. This was wild. Oh my gosh. It's at Hey It's Jenna Lynn on social media. As always, go read some comics and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is at Go Read Some Comics. I made a fun video yesterday about the Olympics in the Marvel and DC universe and how different and weird they are and how different and weird they could be. So keep an eye out for that. And then I have another one that I'm posting later this week that should be a lot of fun. So be sure to be subscribed.
All right, Aaron, what you got?
Oh, it's at How to Watch Free TV. I had Jamie to explain some old twin movies to me. And then I posted the video and then YouTube went down for like 9 hours. So if you want to hear us yap about fun twin movies in here and see Jamie's impressive VHS collection, that video is up there. And also we have episode coming to the channel of me interviewing the cast of Hanakimi and one of the main character from Hell's Paradise from Crunchyroll, who were nice enough to let me come interview. So that's coming to the channel this week.
All right, nicely done. Jamie, what you got?
Oh, check out Lido at 11 Time of Hydra. We've got 3 Patreon Agent Carters left before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coverage returns. Very excited about that. Follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd at Jamie Jirak. Once we finish this, I'm going to go log my 100th movie of the year. So just living my best life over here.
100? It's been like 12 days of 2026. Oh my
That's not
goodness.
true.
Anything but Daredevil, Jamie. Anything but Daredevil.
I'll get there.
All right.
Get one, Daredevil. Yeah,
Thanks so much for hanging, everybody. This was Phase Hero After Dark at its regularly scheduled hour of 10 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. Available on podcast platforms Thursday morning. If you started your day with this, oh my God, you're welcome. You are so welcome. Thanks for hanging with us. Byron Bowers will be on the podcast platform with Phase Hero on Monday. It's on the Brandon Davis show now. This Friday, Natasha Kermani, who directed The Dreadful, which opens this Friday, going to do a director debrief with her. That's going to be on the Brandon Davis show. It's a pretty long conversation about a very interesting. I don't know if I can share my reaction to that movie yet. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution and not do that. It's got Kit Harington and Sophie Turner and a little Game of Thrones reunion in there, which is pretty cool. And then on Monday, Predator Badlands is the #1 most watched Hulu premiere since Prey. 9 million people have watched it. Great movie. And I talked to Demetrius Schuster Kaloa Matangi, who plays Deck, for a pretty long, really fun interview, just all about working on the movie, life after becoming Deck, and just the whole Predator experience and what might be next and all kinds of stuff. And that one is going to come out on Monday. You can go to thebrandondavisshow.com or just subscribe to the YouTube channel where you watch Phase Hero to find that interview and more. So 5-star reviews on all major podcast platforms. If you don't mind, the Phase Hero numbers are slowly going up a little bit here, guys, on the downloads, and that's fun to see. I just like to know that we have a fun community. I think the fact that there's a lot of Marvel news has been helping that. It's no secret. People like hearing us talk about Marvel, and we like talking about all things. So thank you for hanging with us. And play our show for your dad, play it for your cat. Big, big shout out to Jenna and Aaron for what a great job they did hosting last week with just the two of them. That was such a great episode, and I had a lot of fun listening to it. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.